Hi everyone, hope you're okay. I just thought I'd jump on and do a quick little video, which is a little bit different to something I've done before, but it's really think about what my goals are for the next 6 months. So you might have watched my other video, which was about what I'd learned in my first 6 months of cash stuffing, and I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check that video out. But they got me thinking about that was all the things I've learned and all the things I've improved and all the things I've kind of tweaked over the time. But I was thinking, what do I want to get out of the next 6 months? Because that will take me to the beginning of 2023, which is like ridiculous. But I just thought I'd like to think about what things do I want to achieve. Apologies if you can hear there's an ice cream van outside my house. But it's gorgeous day here today, and I've got all the doors and windows open, so sorry if you can hear that, because let's be honest, that's distracting for everyone, isn't it? But there we go. So goals are, and I don't expect you to read my writing because it's hideous, but these are my goals kind of for the next 6 months. So first priority is to hit all my sinking funds goals, and I think during this budget I've been I never really did sinking funds before. I had savings, but they weren't earmarked. I didn't really kind of have clear rules about when I dipped in and out of them, a bit of a slush fund. Whereas I think having clear, dedicated sinking funds has been great. I have a sinking funds binder, but I also keep some in the bank. But I keep it in different savings accounts, so I know how much I've got for each category. And if I have to use some from one category, like I top it back up the next month. But just the whole sinking funds has been great. So by Christmas, I'd like to have all my sinking funds fully funded, and I'm on track to do that in terms of what I've got left for the rest of this year and where I think I'm going to be spending my money. But what I'd like to do then in January is just top up any that I've dipped into. So I'll obviously use Christmas before then, and gifts, for instance. There'll be a couple perhaps I've touched. There might be some categories, hopefully, like health, touch wood, that I haven't dipped into at all, or vets or whatever. But basically that by after Christmas, in the January budget, I'm basically all of my existing sinking funds are fully funded and ready to go. So that will just be a really lovely peace of mind for like going into 2023, that like they're all there and kind of sorted. And then I think I also want to think about I've got a bonus coming in spring next year. So although that's a really far way off, I know I've got a bonus coming. Sorry, my husband just came home halfway through that video, so I just went to see him and say hello, basically. I was saying that I kind of like, I've got a bonus coming and I wanted to be more strategic. In olden days, I'd probably just spank a bit of it, if we're being honest, maybe book something. But what I'm going to be is, just think about how I want to spend that and sort that out. So, how to best hit my goals for that, I guess. Continue to like tweak what I'm doing. So obviously this month I talked about front loading some of my budgets and like some of the categories I want to think about. So definitely continue to do that and just not be too precious, I guess, about it. Like I think sometimes I get a bit caught up in a perfectionist kind of approach about it, but just appreciating that life happens, and just kind of roll with the punches. Next thing to kind of think about what sinking funds I want for next year. So I'm hoping that all my sinking funds goals will be hit. But then just thinking about sinking funds. So maybe my car will probably need replacing at some point. So thinking about that, phone, electrical, fitnesses, all those types of things. So just thinking about what sinking funds I want to create for next year. And I guess some of them would be like weird hybrid sinking funds, like I'll only need them once, like a car, but or the phone, like hopefully. But then appliances I'll need kind of as an ongoing one. So just thinking about that, I think. One thing I've been really bad at this year that I want to get better at is tracking no spend days better, and plan to have more of them. So I tend to almost spend something every day, it feels like, and it's all from within different categories and within my budget and stuff, but it just feels unnecessarily like I spend too often, really. And I guess it's part of breaking that habit. So from this month on, I'm going to be doing a lot more like frozen food shops. So I tend to go to the supermarket at the moment like 3 or 4 times a week, buy fresh a lot. So I'm going to be buying more frozen food. So we've always got stuff in the cupboard or the freezer, but also just to kind of hopefully reduce the amount of times I go to the shops. And then hopefully that will reduce or increase the no spend days I have, and tracking those. So that's another thing I really want to work on. And then I guess finally focusing on increasing income. So obviously controlling your expenses only works to a certain extent. And obviously that's really hard to do at the moment with like fuel and energy and food prices, and a lot of it is outside of our control. and a lot of the stuff I can't change. So the amount I'm driving at the moment, I can't really change. You know, energy, there's only so much you can really save and only do. So what I'd like to do instead is focus on increasing my income. So I haven't taken any income out of my new business yet. It's still kind of not really at that stage, but I'm hoping by Christmas it absolutely will be at that stage where I can start taking some income out of there. And then also going into 2023 and thinking about investments and thinking about how I could use my money to generate more money. So focusing on increasing income rather than like decreasing costs, because next year, kind of once I've paid my loan off and stuff, I'll be in the position where I probably should be able to save about 50% of my income, which will be great. But then I'm comfortable with the level of where my expenses will be. So I think it's a reasonable split, basically. So so thinking about a full money plan for 2023 and beyond, in terms of those investments and income and all of those types of things. Because I guess the goal in 5 years is that I could full-time retire from work and have enough like passive income or investment income to meet our day-to-day financial needs. So I guess that's a long-term goal. And then like working backwards and thinking about what that needs to look like for each of the years and stuff. And then also that doesn't, like, if we move or anything like that, that's obviously going to like perhaps alter those timeframes. But I just really would love that freedom. And it wouldn't be that I would give up work completely, but I just have the choice about whether or not to work or not. And that just feels like a really lovely goal to work towards. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about for the next 6 months, is working on all of those goals. And hopefully. So I think 2022 for me has been that consolidation year, getting used to budgeting, getting on to grips with what I'm spending, where I'm spending it, and eradicating some of those wants rather than needs, and then going into 2023 in a really clear position and having a really clear plan about what I want to achieve and how I'm going to get there, and that just feels like that would just be really awesome. So bit of a different video for me. Thanks for sticking around if you did, and apologies for the multiple interruptions and noises, but hey, that's real life, isn't it? And I will hopefully see you in the next video, where we talk about all other things to do with the budget. So take care, see you soon, and have a good one. Bye.